Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Voice getting a little bit better, but not quite there yet. One thing I want to talk about today is this right here. 2 Livescope units. Is it just for looks? Is it, does it serve a purpose? Is it just cool? What is the purpose, and how can you use 2 versus say just using 1? Well, let's take a look at some live streams and we'll talk about ways and how I'm using the 2 to benefit myself and to catch more fish, because that's all it's about, catch more fish. It doesn't matter if you got $60,000 worth of graphs up here. If you don't catch more fish, or in my case, I like to catch bigger fish, then what's the purpose of it? But let's take a look at it right now. All right, as you see here, we're in a split screen. Now, 2 things I want to note. Then in perspective mode, I use it for a little bit further out distance. I'll put it on a little bit further out distance, and I'll allow it to get out there at 50, 60, 70 feet. But it always a little bit longer than the forward mode. Now, what we're looking at here is a cypress tree with a bunch of cypress knees. Now, a lot of times things, you don't really know what they are in forward position. Sometimes you can mistake them for grass and things like that, or you'll see one little stick up and you'll think, man, that's a stick, and it's just a portion of, say, a tree or a log or something like that. So using the perspective mode with the forward mode will better allow you to understand what you're seeing underwater. And then also it'll allow you to more quickly and more thoroughly cover underwater, objects like all these cypress knees. Very, very, very hard to cover all of these by looking at forward. You spend a lot more time scanning. But a lot of times I'll just look at these cypress knees and look and say, okay, well, there's a fish right there. And then I can, line up the 0 degree mark and then look at it on my forward mode and make a very good, accurate cast. And that'll allow me to get the bait down to the right depth. And, when you get it down to the right depth, you got a better chance of catching. Doesn't mean you're going to catch them, no. But it allows you to present the bait faster. And in areas where you're trying to cover large amounts of water, or you're really scanning a lot. Just for example, at Lake Fork this last weekend, we were underwater and we're looking for particular stumps to throw at. That allows you to see the stumps, scroll over, make the cast, and then you can do it a lot more efficiently, a lot quicker, and with a lot less wasted time looking for those stumps. So you don't waste a lot of cast. You can move quicker and be a lot more efficient. And I believe this is a reason that using 2, which is something I'm doing a lot more of now that topwater season is starting to get here and things like that. Using 2 far outweighs the negative of using 2. So I think the positive far outweighs that. And I think you can see from these images just how valuable it could be being able to use both of them. Now, I do understand it could be expensive, but you can use 2 32s. You can use a 32 and a 34. You don't always have to use 2 34s. So don't feel like you're handicapped if you don't have 2 34s. 2 32s will do great. A 32 and a 34 will work in unison. Just make sure that your distances out are different, which will change the frequency slightly. And that will help you get a better picture. And you may have to use a little bit more noise rejection to stop the crosstalk. All right, guys, I hope that opens up your eyes as to some of the benefits of using 2 Livescopes and 2 transducers. Now, I want to say this. You can use a 32, 2 32s, a 32 in combination with a 34. A lot of people have that combination. It doesn't have to be 2 34s. It doesn't have to be 34s at all. You can use 2 32s, 1 in perspective, 1 in forward. But, using 2 has a great advantage. And a lot of people nowadays, they're spending that extra money to get that extra box. And if you get the proper unit, you can do the dual display. You can put 2 units stacked on top of each other. Several ways to do it. But I use the 1 unit and kind of double it, and then I'll kind of go back and forth depending on what I'm doing, and therefore, and so forth. But guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We're over 17,000 subscribers now. And that's awesome. Heading our way to 20,000 in that free trip. guided trip to with Cody Mays at Lake Fork. That's going to be awesome, looking like a fall time trip, which is one of my favorite times to go fishing out there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Ring the bell.